Welcome back to another cryptocurrency video, where today we're going to be talking about all the right cryptocurrencies to invest in 2021, even considering the current dips. If you're hoping to make a nice return on some cash, then stick around and we'll show you how. But before we jump into the video, please make sure to give us a big thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and ding that notification bell so you never miss another update from us. Another thing to be aware of before we start, we are not qualified to give you any genuine financial advice. Anything that you do with your money is your own discretion, and this video is purely based on our own opinions and research. What that basically means is that you shouldn't base any investments on the content of this video without doing thorough research yourself beforehand. Investing in general is a very high-risk way to invest money, and the risk for cryptocurrency is even higher due to the fact that it's so new. It's also usually a long-term investment, so you're unlikely to make any returns quickly. Invest at your own discretion. Now that the boring lecture's out of the way, let's start by talking a little bit about cryptocurrency. It is important to know what exactly you're investing in, so let's learn a little bit about what crypto is. It's a bit overwhelming when you first get into it, but it's definitely worth the headache of learning if you've got the patience to see it through. So what is it exactly? In the simplest way to describe crypto, it's pretty much a digital asset which you can buy, sell, and exchange. It's a new and high-risk investment worth only what the demand of it is, but it is predicted to be the long-term future of finance. Now, how do you know whether you're ready to invest? Our key bit of advice is to only invest when you've got money to lose. Make sure that all of your debts are settled, and if you have at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses, including bills, saved up in case of an emergency. This means you should absolutely not put every last penny that you own in hopes of a high-stake return. Even if you're a total expert on the subject of cryptocurrency, you've got no way of predicting the rises and dips in it. Another thing that might make your crypto journey easier is to consider whether you've put in there to be a loss already. On top of this, don't religiously check on your balance to see if it's gone up. Each time that you see a dip, you might psych yourself out and cause you to pull your money in a panic. Crypto is the sort of investment that accumulates over a long period of time, so you're just better off putting in small amounts and leave it alone for the most part. So what altcoins should you invest in for 2021? All altcoins are subject to fall at any given time, so the ones on this list are just ones that we think are going to skyrocket and keep building in 2021, along with the next couple of years to come. If you do your own research, you might be able to find a blockchain project that in such an early stage, even we don't know about it. Remember, investing is all about personal opinion and risk. If you don't believe in the success of your altcoin, then there's no point in putting money into it. So what coins do you need to be looking at? Probably the best altcoin to invest in for 2021 is going to be Ether, or ETH, especially if you've seen any of the backlash from Elon Musk's recent tweet. Ethereum is pretty similar to Bitcoin and has been a strong competitor to it in the recent years. It's the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, and many believe that it's on its way to becoming number one. But what exactly makes it so great, you might ask? Ether is great for many reasons, but probably the most predominant one is that it's so quick in its transaction speed. This means that it takes a mere second to approve. Not impressed? Well, consider the fact that Bitcoin takes around 9 minutes and then rethink again. In addition to this, Ether also stands out because it's not just trying to push itself as an alternative value, and unlike many other altcoins, it was made to facilitate and monetize Ethereum's smart contract and decentralized application platform, so overall, it's got more riding on it. Originally on sale for 81 cents, it's now going for around $2,800. It did reach an all-time high of $3,000, but has since plummeted after the Musk tweet scared investors. Still, it didn't drop as much as it could have, and is definitely going to build its way back up again. As scared investors move their money from the unstable Bitcoin, Ether will start to see more and more return. If you're interested in putting some money into it, now is the time to do so, as it is in a dip. It might stay low for a while, but it's guaranteed to pick back up again, and you'll likely see a pretty great return on it. Experts actually predicted at the time of the start of the year for it to reach around $5,000, and while it might not hit that much as one expected Musk to pull Bitcoin from Tesla and influence the market that much, it's still going to be pretty high. The next great coin to invest in is Litecoin. Litecoin is also on the rise for 2021 for similar reasons as Ether. It's got improved quality compared to other altcoins, and therefore more likely to last in the long run than Bitcoin. Originally made in 2011, Litecoin did not see much movement until recently. It's only around $200 now, so if you're gonna buy, now's the time to do it. What makes Litecoin so great though? It can accumulate a way bigger market cap compared to its investors. For reference, Bitcoin is around 18 million coins circulating, and Litecoin has 67 million. This means it's more suitable long term, and on top of this, it's also twice as quick as in its transaction speed and can process in less than 2.5 minutes. Experts have predicted to reach $1,200 by at least 2025, so now is still the time to catch up if you're in the early stages. Bitcoin Cash is also another good one to consider, even with the current crash of Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash was obviously developed from Bitcoin's blockchain in response to a worry that the size of Bitcoin's block was too small. The developers of Bitcoin Cash had wanted to make the blockchain more susceptible to holding a larger capacity of info, increasing from 1 megabyte to 8 megabytes. And on top of this, it's also a lot speedier than Bitcoin in transaction time. Overall, it was expected to become more long-term than Bitcoin due to the fact of these small improvements. Still, people do worry that it might be more susceptible to hacking now that it's got a larger blockchain, but that's a risk you're gonna have to analyze for yourself. As for the current bear market, the price of Bitcoin Cash and even Bitcoin in general won't be massively tanked forever. Bitcoin just fell 10% recently, but it's always working its way back up. Next up on the list, Cardano, or ADA. Cardano originally launched in 2015 and has been worked on pretty consistently since then. It's consistently getting updates, meaning that it's probably one of the most secure of all altcoins on the market at the moment. It's a proof-of-stake blockchain platform, meaning that the more they own, the more mining power you have. It was also the first blockchain to incorporate a peer-reviewed research strategy in regards to its core principles and is more secure due to its layers. It's only going for a couple bucks at the moment, but has big things predicted for the future. Believe it or not, it is one of the only coins in the top 25 to have escaped the crash and actually hit an all-time high during all this mayhem. This because many investors believe it to be the most sustainable of the coins and are expecting it to skyrocket due to this. Maybe even Musk himself will invest once he realizes that it doesn't waste a lot of energy like Bitcoin. Last of all, Uniswap. Like Litecoin, Uniswap is still in its early stages, but even more so. The coin was only introduced in 2018, but is already looking rather promising. What makes Uniswap so special? It's a completely decentralized coin, meaning that it is not owned or operated by one single person or platform. This does differ quite a lot from other altcoins. It's made from the Ethereum blockchain, so it is compatible with all ERC20 tokens and is entirely open sourced. The main selling point for Uniswap is that users keep complete control over all their funds at all times. Uniswap is looking pretty hopeful for 2021 and in the many years to come. It's actually the first native DeFi token which has actually reached the top 10 list. It took a small hit recently, alongside everything else, and is now going for around $30. It's expected to go back up pretty quickly, considering that it does differ from Bitcoin a lot, and is overall expected to reach around $200 by the end of 2025. Another long-term investment, but so was Bitcoin back in the day. Now for a recap. Those are all the important coins that were worth looking at in 2021, but by all means, do some of your own research. You might be the lucky finder of an altcoin before it surges into the general market, so who knows? Last of all, before you leave, again, we will reiterate the importance of doing your own research and knowing what you're getting into. We fully believe in these coins, but it only matters if you do, as it is your money on the line. Be aware that as much as there is the potential of getting high gains from investing in crypto, there is also a risk of having massive losses. If you're still stuck, look into hiring a professional, and for the love of God, do not trust what somebody tells you on some sort of forum. Make sure that you subscribe and turn on post notifications before you head off, and we'll see you in the next video.